Morning, parents and children. I hope that you are keeping well. Our topic for today is about Nelson Mandela's life. Firstly, we will be discussing the history of Nelson Mandela, and after our discussion, I will show you pictures of Nelson Mandela reflecting his life. So let's get into our discussion. Nelson Mandela was born on the 18th of July 1918 and passed away on the 5th of December of 2013. He was born in the Transkei, and as a youngster, he attended boarding school. He studied law at the University of Witwatersrand, and in 1942 he joined the African National Congress. He became the deputy president of the African National Congress. He was a lawyer in addition to an activist and a politician. He was sentenced to life in prison. He was imprisoned on Robben Island and then in two other South African prisons. During Nelson Mandela's time in prison, he was able to have secret talks with F.W. de Klerk, the president of South Africa, and due to these talks, he was able to be freed. In 1993, he shared the Nobel Peace Prize with F.W. de Klerk. They received the Nobel Peace Prize for getting rid of the apartheid system. In 1994, he became the first president of South Africa to be elected by a democratic system. And he became the first black president of South Africa. He then only served one term of his presidency, and he will always be remembered as being the greatest statesman of the world. Okay, now I'm going to show you pictures of Nelson Mandela's life. In this picture over here, Mandela is casting his vote in 1994 during the election. And in the picture at the bottom, in the latter part of his presidency, Mandela increasingly relied on his deputy president, who is Thabo Mbeki, which was Thabo Mbeki at the time. In this picture, this was a protest that happened in East Berlin to free Nelson Mandela in 1986. In this picture below is a monument of Nelson Mandela that was erected in London by the Greater London Council in 1985. In this picture over here, this is what actually Mandela had fought for the rights of all our South African people. This is Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned. This is Nelson Mandela shaking F.W. de Klerk's hand during the World Economic Forum in 1992. And here at the bottom, Mandela visiting the London School of Economics in 2000 with his wife Graça Machel. In this picture over here, this is Luthuli House in Johannesburg, which became the ANC headquarters in 1991. Over here, this is Mandela's former home in Johannesburg, township of Soweto. Here is a thatched room at Lily's Leaf Farm where Mandela hid during his struggle. And over here, this is houses in Soweto which were constructed under the RDB program. And here are the members of public paying the respects outside Mandela's home. This is when he passed away. And this is a picture of Nelson Mandela on his visit to Australia in 2009. He's wearing one of the brightly colored garments that became known as Madiba shirts. Okay, children, I hope that you enjoyed the lesson for today. Have a good day. But before I go, I would like to give you some homework. For grade 1s, you are going to make a collage. of Nelson Mandela's life, and the collage should look something like this over here. Please add pictures with facts, and you can also do it the way I did it, or you can use A3 project board. For grade 2s and 3s, you are going to write a short paragraph about Nelson Mandela's life, around 15 lines, and you can even include pictures if you wish. Have a good day.